Hey, you silly gooses, this is Tickle Shits McGee, also known as Graybeard Gaming, and you guys are watching Vintage Poorboy on Elm Creek. It is January, and we are going to sell our grain. We're going to sell it, and we're going to sell it good. But, with that in mind, we're also going to place a grain mill, which I find extremely exciting because, well, our pigs are, well, they're pigs. If we look at them, they're probably not very healthy right now because we are not, oh, they are healthy. How about that? That was a Mel Allen reference if you guys didn't know. And if you don't know who that is, he was an old baseball guy. He's like, Mel Allen, how about that? I believe he was in the This Week in Baseball guy back in the 80s and early 90s before he passed away. But anyways, we're going to take our sorghum up to Johnson's farm market. We're going to get it sold, but we have our pigs, and I'm really going to just stop feeding the pigs until they finish off most of this root crop. I want to get it down to like 1,000 liters because it is the biggest problem we've had in keeping our pigs healthy is there's just too much root crop in there, and they run out of grain and protein and base food, so we have to remedy that issue. Yeah, so where do you guys think we should place a few things? Obviously we're going to get ourselves someplace to put sheep. We're going to get Granny's thingamabobber, and we're going to start planting some trees all this winter. But today is all about selling and then buying our grain production. And look at that money go up. That is fantastic. We're going to make about $25,000 in total once we add in our environmental score bonus. $24,931. So that's a pretty good guess. I was just throwing something out there. Now we're gonna hire a guy and drive him back because I want to, while he's doing that, I just want to get I just want to get it set up. All right. So if we do sheep and like, I can't really go much this way. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. So what I'm thinking is we're going to place our, well, actually, this is really unlevel. I don't want to do that at all. That's a terrible idea. That's going to cost us a small fortune if we do it that way. Let's place our, I guess let's place a granary somewhere along here. Yeah. And I'm not really sure which one. I mean, we could go with the cheapest one we can get. All in one production. I don't know what this is actually going to provide us. It does look like, how big is it? Yeah, it's too large for what we want. I don't want that one. This farm production would it will make this one right here, I think, is the way to go. It's much smaller. I do like this one. So I think we're going to do this one. We're going to plop it right there, and that will be where we put our grain. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our oats, and we're going to start taking those into town. Now, we still want to get a sheep enclosure. We want to get a Granny's knitwear, and there's a handful of other things we want to do. But the primary one was getting something to make ourselves some. All right, so who's going to give us the best? Gold Crest, obviously, but we're going to I guess we're going to go to Johnson's Farm Market. And we will use the AI to drive us there. That's fine. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to click on this. Now, what I want to make is wheat flour. Now, we can make bread. That would all be fine and everything, but I don't know if I want to go that far yet. I mean, what do you guys think? Should we make some bread? I'm not going to sell the flour anytime soon, but it will make a substantial amount of pig feed. You know what? We're going to make bread too. So that's going to produce us the most pig feed that we can get with this. And we could make, you know, other types of bread. We're just not going to. Or I'm sorry, not other types of bread. We could make other types of flour, but we're not going to. We're just going to make from wheat. That's it. That should give us enough pig feed, and that's really the main thing. And we're just going to sell the bread. Simple as that. We could make a fortune doing other things, but I just really want to, like I said, I just really want to get to the point where we're making what we need to make. Now, the other thing we could do is we could get our sheep enclosure today, and we might do that. I want to see if there's enough money for me to get both the sheep enclosure and purchase a Granny's shack. Or I'm sorry, not Granny's shack. Maybe Granny's shack. Oh no, that field. I was thinking that maybe I would purchase that other field. Sawmill, we don't need yet. It is on the list, but it's going to be 3 years before our trees are ready. So we are not going to worry so much about the sawmill for the next couple of years. It's on the to-do, but it's not any thing that needs to be done immediately. Trying to think, guys. Does it make more sense for us to wait one more season and keep all of our livestock up on our main farmyard? And that is one thing I'm actually considering, is keeping all of our livestock on the main farmyard. It does make a lot of sense in my head. So I think that's, because we have discussed the fact that I wouldn't mind placing that other field just to do nothing but grass. I think that would be perfectly acceptable. So it's just something to think about and to consider. So I do have a question for you guys, and please, I'd really appreciate some comments. Now, I also have a side business on an online retailer that does auctions. I'm sure you've all heard of it, but I've been thinking about, going through my listings on there through video. And maybe I should do this under a different channel, but it's just been something I've been considering doing. And I sell things that I think are cool. I mean, they might not have practical use, but I do enjoy just selling them. And I thought about listing once a week, doing like 5 listings and making a video out of it. So if that's something that would be interesting to you guys, I would definitely consider making another channel and incorporating that type of video. And maybe we actually change the name of this channel to something more generic. So love to hear you guys' opinion on that idea. But yeah, I would love to utilize YouTube as a way to enhance my reach on other social media forums and online selling, because that's something that I do on a small scale, and it just kind of gives us a little extra cash in our pocket. It's our camping money in the summer, but I really struggle on wanting to list things, because it's just one of those things that I find tedious and monotonous, and that's my least favorite part of the whole online selling aspect, is actually listing the items. But for the most part, I just sell stuff I think is cool, mostly hats and a few other things. And of course I do have some supportive undergarments that for all intents and purposes are a necessity, and I do list them because they sell fairly well. But I think it's fun. I do anything that's fun. I'll give anything a shot. I'm not going to get rich off of selling online, but it's just another little thing where I can earn a little cash on the side, and it helps us take my family camping throughout the summer. We go quite often, and if I'm able to go camping throughout the summer and it doesn't come out of our normal budget, I figure that's the way to do things. I'll be in the car seat. But we are almost done with selling our oats, and as you can hear in the background, my 4-year-old is very excited because they are going to go see The Grinch in the theater for free, and he is super excited. He's got on his Grinch pajamas and his Santa hat. My wife is all decked out in Grinch wear, and this is a free movie that is being done to support Children's Hospital. You bring 1 or 2 new, unopened, unwrapped toys, and they donate them to the Children's Hospital in the local area here, which I feel is great. And we tend to go overboard, and we tried to send 1 new unwrapped present per person that's going to the movies. Usually they just ask for 1 or 2 per family, but this is something that brings a lot of happiness to what is normally a very terrible situation for a lot of people, and being able to bring a little bit of joy is what it's all about this time of year. But we have sold off everything. We're at $102,000, and I think that's a good place to leave us for now. And so until next time, this is Tickle Shits McGee, also known as Graybeard Gaming, signing off. Wishing you guys the best of days. See you next time.